The restaurant was the kind of place where the waiters wore vests and knew your drink before you ordered it. White tablecloths, candles, and glass holders, a piano player in the corner doing something jazzy with standards nobody under 60 recognized. My grandfather had picked it, naturally. He picked everything when he was paying, and he was always paying. I sat between my wife Elena and my daughter Vanessa, trying to look grateful for a birthday dinner I hadn't asked for. 47 years old today. The age where birthdays stopped being celebrations and started being reminders that time was a thing that happened to you whether you cooperated or not. Across the table, Vanessa's husband, Derek, was explaining something about market trends to nobody in particular. His voice had that confident drone of someone who'd read 3 articles and now considered himself an expert. Vanessa nodded along, her hand resting on his arm in that proprietary way she'd developed since the wedding 2 years ago. My grandfather sat at the head of the table, because of course he did. 83 years old and still commanding rooms like a retired general who never quite retired. His suit probably cost more than my car payment. His watch definitely did. "How's the facilities work, James?" he asked me, cutting into his steak with surgical precision. "Same as always," I said. "Lots of compliance paperwork, thrilling stuff." "He's being modest," Elena said, squeezing my knee under the table. "They just promoted him to regional operations." "Ah." My grandfather nodded, chewing slowly. "More responsibility." "Good." Derek leaned forward. "I've been telling Vanessa, you could probably leverage that into consulting work. Facilities management is huge right now. Corporations are desperate for people who understand infrastructure and regulatory frameworks." I smiled without showing teeth. "I'll keep that in mind." "We've been looking at investment properties," Vanessa added, her voice bright with the kind of enthusiasm that sounded rehearsed. "There's this development downtown that's supposed to triple in value over the next 5 years." My grandfather made a non-committal sound. He'd heard pitches before, better ones. The waiter appeared with dessert menus. Vanessa waved hers away. "We're watching our sugar intake," Derek explained, patting his flat stomach. "It's really about long-term health, you know." "I'm not," I said, accepting the menu. "Bring me whatever has the most chocolate." Elena laughed. My grandfather smiled. Vanessa looked at Derek, who looked at his water glass. That's when everything changed. My grandfather set down his fork and looked at Vanessa. Not unkindly, just direct, the way he looked at everything. "Speaking of investments," he said, "how are you managing that trust fund? The one your grandmother and I set up when you were born?" Vanessa blinked. "Sorry?" "The trust." He tilted his head slightly. $3.4 million. Matured when you turned 25. That was, 3 years ago now? The table went quiet. Even the piano player seemed to pause, though that might have been my imagination. I felt Elena's hand tighten on my knee. Vanessa looked at Derek. Derek looked at his napkin. "I'm not sure what you mean." My grandfather's expression didn't change. "The trust fund your grandmother established in 1997. We've been contributing to it for 28 years. It became available to you at 25. I'm just curious how you've been allocating it." "That's..." Vanessa's voice trailed off. Her face had gone pale. Not dramatically. I sat very still. "I didn't know about any trust fund," Vanessa said. My grandfather frowned. Not angry, confused. He turned to look at me. "James, you explained it to her, didn't you? We discussed this at her graduation." I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. Because I had no idea what he was talking about. "Wait," I said, my voice sounding strange in my own ears. "What trust fund?" My grandfather's frown deepened. He looked at Elena, then back at me, then at Vanessa. "The Education and Life Establishment Trust," he said slowly, like he was explaining something obvious to someone being deliberately obtuse. "Your grandmother set it up when Vanessa was born. We funded it through her childhood. It was specifically designated for her use starting at age 25. I stopped. Started again. Nobody told me about this. "James." My grandfather's voice had gone very quiet. "We had paperwork, trustee meetings, you signed documents." "I signed documents for a college fund," I said. "When she was 16, $5,000. "No." My grandfather shook his head. "That was a separate account. The trust was substantially larger." The waiter appeared with my chocolate cake. He set it down in front of me with a quiet, "Happy birthday, sir," and disappeared like smoke. I stared at the cake. "How much larger?" Elena asked. Her voice was steady, but I knew that tone. She was doing math in her head. My grandfather pulled out his phone, tapped it a few times, set it on the table, and turned it so we could see the screen. It was a bank statement, or something like a bank statement. Lots of numbers and columns, at the bottom, a balance. The final distribution was $3,417,000, my grandfather said, transferred in full on Vanessa's 25th birthday, June 15th, 3 years ago. I couldn't breathe. Vanessa was staring at the table. Derek was staring at Vanessa. Elena was staring at my grandfather. "Where did it go?" my grandfather asked. Not angry, not even particularly concerned. Just genuinely curious, the way you'd ask someone where they had gone on vacation. Vanessa didn't answer. Derek cleared his throat. "I think there might be some confusion here." "About what?" my grandfather asked. "About the specifics of the account. Sometimes these things get moved around for tax purposes or consolidated into other investment vehicles, and the paperwork can lag behind the actual transfers." My grandfather looked at him the way you'd look at a child who'd just tried to explain astrophysics using a toy rocket. "The transfer was direct," he said, "from the trust account to the designated recipient account. June 15th, 2022. No intermediaries." "Right," Derek said. "But what I'm saying is that Vanessa might have reallocated those funds into a different account structure, and it might not show up immediately as the original balance." "I didn't," Vanessa said quietly. Everyone looked at her. "I didn't reallocate anything," she said. "I didn't know the money existed." My grandfather's face did something I'd never seen before. It didn't collapse exactly. It just went very, very still. "Then where is it?" he asked. Silence. The piano player was playing something soft and old. The couple at the next table was laughing about something. The waiter was opening wine across the room. "Where did it go?" my grandfather asked again. I looked at Vanessa. She was staring at her hands. Her jaw was tight. Her shoulders were rigid. I looked at Derek. He was looking at the wall. His left hand was gripping the edge of the table. His knuckles were white. And I knew. I didn't know the details. I didn't know the mechanism. I didn't know the timeline or the method or the rationale. But I knew. $3.4 million had gone somewhere, and my daughter didn't know where, and my daughter's husband was gripping the table like he was trying to stop himself from floating away. "We should discuss this privately," Derek said. "Why?" my grandfather asked. "Because it's a family matter." "We are family." "I mean immediate family," Derek said, without making this awkward. "It's already awkward," I said. Everyone looked at me. I looked at Vanessa. "Did you know about the trust?" I asked. She hesitated. "Not the full amount." "How much did you know about?" "I thought it was maybe 50,000 for emergencies." "And did you access it?" "No." "Are you sure?" She looked up at me, and her eyes were wet. "Dad, I'm telling you I didn't know." I believed her, which meant someone else did. I turned to Derek. He was still staring at the wall. His breathing was shallow. "Derek," I said. He didn't respond. "Derek." "I think we should leave," he said. "Nobody's leaving," my grandfather said. His voice hadn't gotten louder, but it had gotten harder. "Not until someone explains where $3.5 million went." "With all due respect," Derek said, "that's between Vanessa and the bank." "It's not in the bank," my grandfather said. "That's the problem. Then it's in investments." "What investments?" "I'd have to check the portfolio." "What portfolio?" Derek's jaw twitched. "The one we established for long-term growth." "Show me." "I don't have access to it right now." "Then tell me the institution." Derek said nothing. My grandfather leaned back in his chair. He looked at Derek the way a surgeon looks at an X-ray, finding the fracture. "You don't have a portfolio," my grandfather said. "I do." "Then name it." Silence. "Derek," Vanessa whispered. He turned to her, and for a second his face was open and raw and completely terrified. Then he shut it down and turned back to my grandfather. "This is inappropriate," he said, "interrogating us at a birthday dinner." "This is my grandson's birthday dinner," my grandfather said, "and we're discussing what happened to my granddaughter's inheritance. That seems appropriate to me." "The money was reallocated responsibly," Derek said. "To where?" "That's private." "It's not private if it wasn't yours to reallocate." Derek stood up. His chair scraped against the floor. Everyone in the restaurant glanced over. "We're leaving," he said. Vanessa didn't move. "Vanessa," Derek said. She looked up at him. "Did you take the money?" "That's not what happened." "Then what happened?" He grabbed his jacket from the back of his chair. "I'm not doing this here." "Derek." He walked away. Didn't run, didn't storm, just walked, his shoulders tight, his stride quick. his whole body radiating the desperate energy of someone fleeing a crime scene. Vanessa sat frozen. Tears were running down her face now, not dramatic, just steady and silent. Elena reached across the table and took her hand. My grandfather was watching Derek leave. His expression was unreadable. I looked down at my birthday cake. Chocolate ganache, raspberry filling, a little candle that had burned down to nothing. "I didn't know," Vanessa whispered. "I swear I didn't know." "I believe you," I said, and I did. The waiter came back with the check. My grandfather handed him a credit card without looking at it. "We'll figure this out," Elena said to Vanessa. "How?" Vanessa asked. Nobody answered. "Because we didn't know. Not yet. Before we go any further, hit the hype button, take a second to subscribe, and like the video. It really helps the channel grow. And tell us in the comments, what would you do in this situation?" The drive home was silent. Elena drove. I sat in the passenger seat, staring at the dashboard. Vanessa was in the back, her head against the window, her breathing uneven in a way that suggested crying without sound. We dropped her at her apartment. She lived in one of those new developments on the east side. Glass and steel, balconies with gas grills, a lobby with abstract art nobody looked at. Derek's car wasn't in the lot. "Do you want us to come up?" Elena asked. "No," Vanessa said. "I'll call you." She got out of the car and walked to the entrance without looking back. The automatic doors swallowed her whole. Elena pulled back onto the street. "Say it," she said. "Say what?" "What you're thinking?" I watched the streetlights blur past. "He stole it." "Yes." "All of it?" "Probably." "And she didn't know." Elena made a left turn. "I don't think so. She's not a good liar." "No," I agreed. "She's not." We drove in silence for a while. Elena's hands were steady on the wheel. Her face was calm, but I could see the calculations running behind her eyes. She was building something, a timeline, a strategy. "We need documentation," she said. "For what?" "For whatever comes next." "What comes next?" "I don't know yet," she said, "but we'll need proof." We got home around 10. Our house was small by neighborhood standards. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a kitchen that hadn't been updated since the 90s. We'd bought it 15 years ago when Vanessa was still in middle school and real estate was something normal people could afford. Elena made tea. I sat at the kitchen table and stared at the wood grain. "How did we not know?" I asked. "Because we trusted her," Elena said. "And she trusted him?" $3.5 million. "Yes, just gone." "Not gone," Elena said. "Spent, or moved, or invested somewhere we can't see." "Same thing." "No," she said. "Gone means untraceable. This is traceable. It went somewhere. We just have to find where." I rubbed my eyes. The restaurant felt like it had happened a week ago, like I'd aged a year in 3 hours. "What do we tell your father?" I asked. "Nothing yet," Elena said. "He'll call his lawyers. Once lawyers get involved, everything gets complicated." "It's already complicated." "It'll get worse." She poured 2 cups of tea and set one in front of me. Chamomile. Something calming. I didn't touch it. "I signed papers," I said, "when she was 16, for college." "I remember." "Not $3 million, though. Nothing like that." "Maybe your father handled it separately," Elena said. "Maybe he didn't want to overwhelm you. Or maybe I signed something I didn't read." She looked at me over her cup. "Did you?" I tried to remember. 16 was 11 years ago. Vanessa had been applying to schools. We'd sat in my father's office, the big one in the tower downtown. He'd had papers spread across the desk. Education planning documents, financial projections, lots of lawyer language. I'd signed where he told me to sign. "I don't know," I said. "Maybe." Elena set down her cup. "We need to call the trustee." "I don't even know who the trustee is." "Your father does." "He's going to be furious." "He already is," Elena said. "We're just behind." My phone buzzed. A text from Vanessa. "Derek isn't answering. His phone goes to voicemail." I showed Elena. She read it and handed the phone back. "He's running," she said. "From what?" "From having to explain." I texted back. "Stay calm. We'll figure it out." 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. "I'm sorry, Dad." I stared at the message. She was apologizing. For something she didn't do, because that's what we'd taught her. Apologize when things go wrong, even when they're not your fault. "Don't apologize," I typed. This isn't on you. The dots appeared again, then stopped. No reply. Elena was looking at her own phone now, scrolling through something. "What are you doing?" I asked. "Looking up the trust structure," she said. "If your father set it up in 1997, it would have been governed by state law at the time, probably a revocable family trust with designated beneficiaries." "How do you know this?" "I read," she said. "Also, I worked in estate planning for 3 years before we got married." I'd forgotten that. She'd been a paralegal in a law office downtown. Corporate stuff mostly. Contracts and filings and things that required attention to detail. "Can we get records?" I asked. "If we're named in the trust, yes. If not, your father would have to request them." "We should call him." "Not tonight," Elena said. "He's processing. Let him process." I finished my tea without tasting it. The kitchen felt too small, the walls felt too close. "I'm going to bed," I said. "I'll be up in a minute." I went upstairs. Our bedroom was at the end of the hall, overlooking the backyard. The streetlight outside cast long shadows across the floor. I lay down without changing clothes, stared at the ceiling. $3.4 million. Vanessa could have paid off her student loans, could have bought a house, could have started a business or traveled or done any of the 1,000 things people do when they have money and options and a future that doesn't involve debt. Instead, she was living paycheck to paycheck in a rental apartment with a husband who'd apparently stolen her inheritance and then run when confronted. I heard Elena come upstairs. She moved around the bedroom quietly, changing into pajamas, brushing her teeth, setting her phone on the nightstand. She climbed into bed beside me. "We'll fix this," she said. "How?" "I don't know yet," she said. "But we will." I wanted to believe her. I almost did. I woke up at 3 a.m. to the sound of my phone buzzing, a text from my father. "Call me when you're awake." I sat up. Elena was asleep beside me, her breathing deep and even. I took the phone into the hallway and called. He answered on the first ring. "Did I wake you?" he asked. "No." "Good. I couldn't sleep." Neither could I. Silence on the line. Not awkward, just heavy. "I've been reviewing the documents," he said. The trust was explicit. The funds were designated for Vanessa. No intermediaries, no co-beneficiaries. So Derek shouldn't have had access. "He shouldn't have," my father agreed. "Unless she gave it to him." "She says she didn't know about it." "Do you believe her?" "Yes." "Then he accessed it without her knowledge." "How?" "That's what I'm going to find out," my father said. "I'm calling the trustee in the morning. We'll get account records, transaction histories, everything." "What if he moved it offshore or something?" "Then we'll find that too," my father said. "Money leaves trails. You just have to know where to look." "What do you want me to do?" "Nothing yet," he said. "Just document everything. Write down the conversation from tonight. Exact words if you can remember them. Times, reactions, everything." "Why?" "Because if this goes legal, details matter." I leaned against the wall. The hallway was cold. My feet were bare against the hardwood. "What if he already spent it?" I asked. "Then we pursue recovery," my father said. "Asset seizure, liens, whatever it takes." "That could take years." "Probably," he said. "But that's not the point." "What's the point?" "The point is he doesn't get away with it." I heard something in his voice. Not anger exactly. Something colder. More patient. "Get some sleep, James," he said. "I'll call you tomorrow." He hung up. I stood in the hallway for a while, looking at the phone. Then I went downstairs and found a notebook in the kitchen drawer. I wrote down everything I could remember from the restaurant. The questions, the pauses, the way Derek's face had changed when my father mentioned the amount, the way Vanessa's hands had shaken when she said she didn't know. I wrote for an hour. By the time I finished, the sun was starting to come up outside, gray light creeping across the lawn. Elena found me at the table. "You didn't sleep?" she said. "No." She looked at the notebook. "What's that?" "Evidence." She picked it up and read the first page. Her expression didn't change. "Good," she said. "We'll need it." She made coffee. We sat at the table together and watched the day begin. Neither of us said anything. We didn't need to. Tuesday morning, I called in sick to work. Karen didn't ask questions. She just said, "Feel better," and hung up. I spent the morning in the garage, going through every box, every folder, every piece of paper we'd accumulated in the last 15 years. I found tax returns, mortgage documents, utility bills, nothing about the trust. Elena came down around 10 with coffee. "Anything?" she asked. "No. Your father called. He wants us to meet him for lunch." "Where?" That diner on 5th, noon. I looked at my watch. It was 10:30. I'll clean up, I said. She nodded and went back inside. I put the boxes back on the shelves, closed the garage, went upstairs and showered. By the time I was dressed, it was 11:45. We drove to the diner in silence. My father was already there, sitting in a back booth. He had a briefcase beside him and a cup of coffee in front of him. We slid into the booth across from him. "Order something," he said. A waitress appeared. We ordered coffee and sandwiches we wouldn't eat. "I spoke with my attorney this morning," my father said. "We're filing a civil complaint. Fraud, forgery, theft by deception." "Against Derek?" I asked. "Against Derek and anyone else involved." "Vanessa wasn't involved," Elena said. "I know," my father said. "That's why she's not named, but we'll need her testimony." "She'll cooperate," I said. "Good. We'll also need to freeze any assets Derek has access to. Bank accounts, property, vehicles, everything." "Can we do that?" Elena asked. "With a court order, yes. My attorney is filing the motion this afternoon." The waitress brought coffee. My father waited until she left. "I also had a forensic accountant review the transaction log," he said. "The money didn't stay in account 7743. It was moved within 48 hours. "Where?" I asked. "Multiple places. Small transfers to different accounts, wire transfers to overseas banks, cryptocurrency exchanges." "He laundered it," Elena said. "Yeah, attempted to," my father corrected, "but he wasn't very good at it. The accountant traced about 70% of the transfers. The rest will take more time." "How much is 70%? I asked. $2.4 million. I felt something cold settle in my chest. "And the other million?" "We'll find it," my father said, "but it might take months." "What if he already spent it?" "Then we recover what we can and pursue damages." "What about criminal charges?" Elena asked. My father set down his coffee. "That's more complicated. The DA would have to decide there's enough evidence to prosecute. Forgery is hard to prove if the forger is careful." "He signed for our mail," I said. "That helps," my father said. "But we'd need to prove intent, that he knew what he was doing was illegal." "Of course he knew," Elena said. "We'd have to prove it in court," my father said. "With evidence, documentation, testimony." "Vanessa will testify," I said. "She might not have to," my father said. "If we settle civilly, criminal charges might not be necessary." "Settle?" I stared at him. "You want to let him off?" "I want to get the money back," my father said. "Criminal cases take years. Civil cases take months. Which one gets Vanessa her money?" I didn't answer, because he was right. "What about justice?" Elena asked. "Justice is expensive," my father said. "And slow. I'm more interested in restitution." The waitress brought sandwiches. Nobody touched them. "What do you need from us?" I asked. "Keep documenting everything," my father said. "Every conversation, every email, every text. If Derek contacts Vanessa, record it. If he shows up, call the police." "She doesn't want to do that," I said. "She will when she understands what he did," my father said. He opened his briefcase and pulled out a folder, slid it across the table. "This is a timeline the accountant put together. Read it, understand it, then explain it to Vanessa." I opened the folder. It was a spreadsheet. Dates in the left column, transactions in the middle, amounts on the right. June 10th, 2022. Transfer authorization signed. Forged signature. June 15th, 2022. Trust distribution. $3,117,000 to account 7743. June 17th, 2022. Wire transfer. $500,000 to offshore account in Grand Cayman. June 17th, 2022. Wire transfer. $300,000 to cryptocurrency exchange. June 18th, 2022. Cash withdrawal, $50,000. June 20th, 2022. Wire transfer, $200,000 to investment account. The list went on, 30 transactions, 2 weeks. By July 1st, the account was empty. "Jesus," Elena whispered. "He moved fast," my father said, "but not carefully." "Where did it all go?" I asked. "Some of it's in real estate, some in stocks, some in luxury purchases. The accountant is still piecing it together." "Luxury purchases?" Elena asked. My father pulled out another sheet, a list of credit card transactions. Rolex watch, $15,000. Business class flights to London, $8,000. Hotel suite in Paris, $12,000. Lease payment on a Tesla Model S, $1,200 month. "He was living like a millionaire," Elena said. "He was a millionaire," my father said, "for about 6 months. Then he had to start covering it up." "How?" Fake consulting contracts, fictitious business income. He created an LLC, funneled money through it, paid himself a salary, made it look legitimate. But it wasn't, I said. No, my father said. It was structured fraud. I looked at the timeline again. June 2022. Vanessa had been 25. They'd been married for less than a year. She had no idea, I said. No, my father agreed. He kept her in the dark, told her they were doing well, told her his consulting business was thriving. She believed him. Why wouldn't she? Elena said. He was her husband. My father closed the folder. The attorney wants to depose Derek within the next 2 weeks, if we can find him. He's missing, I said. Then we find him, my father said. Put out a call to his workplace, his contacts, his credit cards. People don't disappear, they just hide poorly. What if he runs? Elena asked. Then we file a warrant, my father said, and make it official. He stood up, dropped 2 20s on the table. Keep me updated, he said. And James? Yeah? Don't do anything stupid. Like what? Like confronting him if he shows up. Call the police? Let them handle it. I'm not going to fight him. Good, my father said. Because if you do, it complicates the case. He left. Elena and I sat in the booth, staring at the folder. This is bad, she said. I know. Worse than I thought. I know? What do we tell Vanessa? The truth, I said. She's going to be devastated. She already is. Elena picked up her sandwich, set it down again. I want to hurt him, she said quietly. I looked at her. Her face was calm. Her voice was steady, but her hands were shaking. So do I said. Not legally, she said. I want to actually hurt him. I know. Does that make me a bad person? No, I said. It makes you a mother. We finished our coffee and drove home. That night I called Vanessa. Can you come over? I asked. Why? Because we need to talk. About what? About Derek. Silence on the line. Did you find him? She asked. No, but we found something else. She arrived an hour later. Elena made tea. We sat at the kitchen table. I showed her the folder. She read the timeline slowly. Her face went pale, then red, then pale again. He stole it, she whispered. Yes. All of it. Yes. And I signed for it. No, I said. He forged your signature. How do you know? Because we compared it. It's not your handwriting. She stared at the paper. I didn't know. We know. I swear I didn't know. Vanessa, Elena said gently, we believe you. She started crying. Not quietly this time, loudly, her whole body shaking. Elena held her. I sat across the table, feeling useless. What do I do? Vanessa asked between sobs. You let Grandpa's lawyers handle it, I said. I'm married to him. Not for long, Elena said. Vanessa pulled away. What? You're getting a divorce, Elena said, as soon as possible. I can't afford a divorce. Yes, you can, I said. Grandpa's paying for it. She looked at me. He is? He will, I said. If you ask. She wiped her eyes. What if Derek contests it? He won't, I said. Because if he does, we'll file criminal charges. Will that help? It'll make him cooperate, Elena said. Vanessa looked at the folder again. How did I not see this? Because he hid it, I said. He lied. He manipulated you. I should have known. No, Elena said. You trusted him. That's not a flaw. That's normal. It feels like a flaw. It's not. Vanessa stood up. I need to go? Where? I asked. I don't know. Anywhere. I just need to think. You can stay here, Elena said. No, Vanessa said. I need to be alone. She left. I watched her car pull away. She's going to do something stupid, Elena said. Like what? Like confront him. She doesn't know where he is. She'll find out, Elena said. And when she does, she'll go after him. Should we stop her? Can we? I didn't answer, because we both knew we couldn't. Wednesday morning, Vanessa called. I found him, she said. I was at my desk at work, staring at a compliance report. I set it down. Where? His office. He's been going in every day like nothing's wrong. Are you there now? I'm in the parking lot. Vanessa, don't. Don't what? Don't go in. Don't talk to him. Just leave. I need to talk to him, Dad. No, you don't. Let the lawyers handle it. He's my husband. He's a thief. Silence. Vanessa? I'm going in. Don't. She hung up. I called Elena. Vanessa's about to confront Derek. Where? His office. Stop her. I tried. She hung up. Then go there. Where's his office? I don't know. Look it up. I pulled up Derek's LinkedIn. He worked for a consulting firm downtown. The address was listed. I grabbed my coat and told Karen I was leaving. Everything okay? She asked. No. I drove downtown. Traffic was heavy. Construction on 3rd Street. An accident on the bridge. By the time I got to Derek's building, it was almost noon. I parked illegally and ran inside. The lobby was all glass and marble. A reception desk, elevators, a directory on the wall. Derek's firm was on the 7th floor. I took the elevator. It moved slowly. Smooth jazz playing overhead. The doors opened onto a sleek office space. Gray carpet. Modern furniture. Motivational posters about synergy and innovation. A receptionist looked up. Can I help you? I'm looking for Derek Pierce. Do you have an appointment? I'm his father-in-law. She hesitated. One moment. She picked up a phone, spoke quietly, hung up. He's in a meeting, she said. Where? I can't disclose that. It's important. I'm sorry, sir. I heard voices down the hall, raised voices. I walked past the desk. Sir, you can't go back there. I kept walking. The voices were coming from a conference room. Glass walls. I could see inside. Vanessa was standing at the head of the table. Derek was sitting down, his face red. 2 other people were in the room. A man in a suit, a woman with a laptop. Vanessa was holding a folder. The folder from my father. You stole it, she was saying. All of it. Derek saw me through the glass. His expression changed. I opened the door. Dad, stay out of this, Vanessa said. What's going on here? The man in the suit asked. Family business, I said. This is a workplace, the man said. If you don't have an appointment, you need to leave. I need 5 minutes, I said. Sir, I'm calling security. Call them, I said. Derek stood up. James, let's talk outside. No, Vanessa said. We're talking here, in front of witnesses. The woman with the laptop was staring at us. The man in the suit had his phone out. Derek looked at me. This is a misunderstanding. No, I said. It's fraud. I don't know what she told you, but I've seen the records, I said. The transfers, the forged signatures, the offshore accounts. His face went white. You stole $3.5 million from your wife, I said, and you hid it. That's not what happened, Derek said. Then what happened? The money was reallocated into better investments. I was managing it for her. Without her knowledge. I was protecting her from making bad decisions. By forging her signature? Silence. The man in the suit lowered his phone. Derek, what is he talking about? It's personal, Derek said. It's criminal, I said. I think you should leave, the man said to me. I think Derek should explain himself, I said. Derek grabbed his jacket from the chair. I'm leaving. No, you're not, Vanessa said. She stepped in front of the door. Derek stopped. Vanessa, move. No, move. Make me. They stared at each other. I could see Derek calculating. Could he push past her? Could he force his way out? He decided he couldn't. This is illegal detention, he said. Call the police, Vanessa said. I will. Good. They'll want to see this folder. She held it up. Derek's jaw tightened. That's private financial information. It's evidence, I said. Of what? Mail fraud, forgery, theft. The woman with the laptop closed it. I'm going to step out. Stay, the man in the suit said. She stayed. Derek looked at me. You can't prove any of this. Yes, we can, I said. The trustee has copies of everything, the forged signature, the intercepted mail, the transaction history. That doesn't prove I did it. Your signature is on the transfer form. I'm her husband. I have power of attorney. No, you don't, Vanessa said. Derek turned to her. Yes, I do. You signed it when we got married. I signed a medical power of attorney, not a financial one. It's the same document. No, it's not. Derek's face was red now. His hands were clenched. You don't know what you're talking about. I called the lawyer who drew it up, Vanessa said. He explained it to me. Medical decisions only. Nothing financial. You're wrong. Am I? Derek looked at the man in the suit. Can you please escort these people out? I think we need to pause this conversation, the man said carefully. I agree, Derek said. I mean permanently, the man said. Derek, you need to leave. What? This firm can't be associated with financial impropriety. If what they're saying is true, it's not true. Then you need to prove it. Until you do, you're suspended. Derek stared at him. You're firing me. I'm suspending you pending investigation. On what grounds? On the grounds that your father-in-law just accused you of fraud in front of witnesses. Derek's mouth opened, closed. Get your things and go, the man said. Derek looked at Vanessa, at me, at the man in the suit. Then he grabbed his laptop bag and pushed past Vanessa. She let him go. We watched him walk down the hall. The elevator doors opened. He stepped inside. Gone. The man in the suit looked at me. I'm going to need a copy of that folder. Why? I asked. Because Derek's been handling client funds. If he's engaged in fraud, we need to know. I looked at Vanessa. She nodded. I pulled out my phone and photographed every page of the folder, sent them to the man's email. Thank you, he said. We'll be in touch. He left. The woman with the laptop followed. Vanessa and I stood in the conference room alone. That was stupid, I said. I know. You shouldn't have come here. I had to. Why? Because I needed to see his face, she said, when he couldn't lie anymore. Did it help? No. She sat down in one of the chairs. Her hands were shaking. I sat beside her. He looked scared, she said. He should be. I wanted him to look sorry. He's not sorry, I said. He's just caught. She nodded, wiped her eyes. What happens now? She asked. Now we let the lawyers finish it. And Derek? Derek's going to run, I said. Or fight. Either way, it doesn't matter. Why? Because we already won. She looked at me. How? His firm just suspended him. His boss has the evidence. His career is over. What about the money? We'll get it back, I said. Not all of it, but enough. How much is enough? I didn't answer, because I didn't know. We left the building together. Security was in the lobby. The receptionist pointed at us. That's them, she said. A guard stepped forward. Sir, I need you to leave the premises. We're leaving, I said, and don't come back. We won't. We walked to the parking lot. Vanessa's car was parked next to mine. Are you okay to drive? I asked. Yeah. Go home. Lock the doors. Don't answer if Derek calls. What if he shows up? Call the police. I can't do that. Yes, you can, I said. He stole from you. He lied to you. You owe him nothing. She nodded slowly. Okay. She got in her car and drove away. I called Elena. It's done, I said. What's done? Vanessa confronted him. His firm suspended him. It's over. Where are you? Downtown. Come home. I drove home. The house was quiet. Elena was in the kitchen making tea. Tell me, she said. I told her everything. The conference room, the confrontation, the suspension. Good, she said when I finished. Good? He needed to face consequences. He's going to fight back, I said. Let him try. She poured 2 cups of tea and handed me one. Your father called, she said. He got a court order. Derek's bank accounts are frozen. All of them? The ones we know about. How much is in them? About $60,000. I set down my cup. That's it? The rest is in assets, real estate, investments, luxury items, which we can't touch. Not yet, Elena said, but we will. How long will that take? Months, maybe years. Vanessa doesn't have years. Then we make Derek cooperate. How? We make it clear that fighting is worse than surrendering. I looked at her. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting we apply pressure, she said. Legally, socially, financially, until he has no choice but to settle. And if he doesn't, then we destroy him. She said it calmly, matter-of-factly, like she was discussing the weather. You're serious, I said. Yes. What happened to getting the money back? We'll get the money back, she said, but that's not all I want. What else do you want? I want him to lose everything, she said. The way Vanessa almost did. I stared at her. I'd been married to this woman for 26 years. I knew her moods, her temper, her kindness. This wasn't temper. This was something colder. Okay, I said. Okay? Let's do it. She smiled. Good. That night I started making a list. Derek's contacts, his clients, his professional network, anyone who might care about fraud allegations. Elena made a separate list. Social connections, friends, family, anyone who might judge him? We're going to ruin him, she said. Yes, I said. You're okay with that? He ruined Vanessa. Not completely. He tried. She nodded. Then let's finish this. We worked until midnight. By the time we went to bed, we had a plan. It wasn't legal action. It wasn't official. It was something simpler and meaner, and I couldn't wait to start. Thursday morning, I woke up with a purpose. Elena was already awake, sitting at the kitchen table with her laptop. I made a spreadsheet, she said. I poured coffee and looked over her shoulder. The spreadsheet had 3 columns: names, relationships, contact methods, Derek's boss, email, Derek's clients, LinkedIn messages, Derek's parents, phone call, Derek's college friends, Facebook. You're really doing this, I said. We're really doing this, she corrected. What do we say? The truth, she said. Derek committed fraud. He stole from his wife. He's under investigation. People won't believe it. They will when they see the documentation. We can't send the folder to everyone. We don't have to, she said. We just have to send it to the right people. She pointed to the top of the list. Derek's boss. He already has it, I said. Yes, and he's already suspended Derek. Now he'll tell the other partners. They'll tell their clients. Word spreads. That's gossip. That's consequence, Elena said. I sat down. What about Vanessa? What about her? She's going to be dragged into this. She's already in it, Elena said. She's the victim. People will sympathize, or they'll judge her for marrying him. Let them judge, Elena said. She didn't do anything wrong. I looked at the list. 30 names, 30 points of contact. This feels vindictive, I said. It is vindictive, Elena said. That's the point. What happened to letting the lawyers handle it? The lawyers are handling the money, she said. We're handling the reputation. I drank my coffee. It was too hot. I drank it anyway. When do we start? I asked. Now. She opened her email and started typing. I watched her for a moment. Then I opened my laptop and did the same. By noon, we'd sent 20 messages. By 3, we'd sent all of them. By 5, we started getting replies. Derek's college roommate. Is this a joke? Derek's boss. We're conducting an internal review. Derek's aunt. I can't believe this. Derek would never. Derek's client. I'm terminating our contract effective immediately. Some people believed us, some didn't. Some asked for proof. We sent proof to the ones who asked. By Friday morning, Derek's LinkedIn profile was gone. By Friday afternoon, his Facebook was deactivated. By Friday evening, my father called. What did you do? He asked. What do you mean? Derek's attorney called my attorney. He's threatening to sue for defamation. We didn't defame him. We told the truth. You circulated private financial documents to people who needed to know. That's not your decision to make. It's done, I said. Silence on the line. James, my father said slowly, you're making this harder. How? Because now Derek has ammunition. He can claim harassment. He can argue that we're trying to destroy him instead of recover the money. Aren't we? No, we're trying to recover the money. I'm doing both. Stop. No. James. He stole from Vanessa. He lied to her. He doesn't get to walk away clean. He's not walking away clean. He's losing his career. His accounts are frozen. He's going to lose everything. Not fast enough, I said. My father sighed. You're angry. I understand. But anger doesn't win cases. I'm not trying to win a case. I'm trying to hurt him. That's not justice. I don't care about justice, I said. I care about Vanessa. Silence. Fine, my father said. Do what you want. But when it backfires, don't say I didn't warn you. He hung up. Elena looked at me from across the table. What did he say? He said to stop. Are you going to? No. Good. Saturday morning, Vanessa called. Derek's parents called me, she said. What did they say? They want to know what's going on. They said you and Mom have been spreading lies. We haven't lied. I know. I told them that. What did they say? They don't believe me. Do you care? Silence. No, she said. I don't think I do. Good. Dad? Yeah? Are you trying to destroy him? Yes. Why? Because he tried to destroy you. I'm not destroyed. You could have been. She was quiet for a moment. Thank you, she said. For what? For caring. She hung up. Elena was watching me from the kitchen doorway. She's okay, I said. I know. Are we doing the right thing? I don't know, Elena said, but we're doing something. Is that enough? It has to be. That afternoon, I got an email from Derek. Subject line: We need to talk. I opened it. James, I know you're angry. I understand. But this has gone too far. You're destroying my life over a misunderstanding. I made mistakes. I admit that. But I never meant to hurt Vanessa. I was trying to help her. The money was invested. It was growing. I was going to tell her when the time was right. Please stop this. Please let me explain. Derek. I showed Elena. What do you think? I asked. I think he's scared. Should I respond? No. Why? Because he doesn't deserve a response. I deleted the email. An hour later, he sent another. James, please, I'm begging you. My career is over. My family won't talk to me. I've lost everything. Isn't that enough? I'll pay back the money, all of it. I'll sign whatever papers you want. Just stop. I deleted that one too. By Sunday, he'd sent 5 more, each one more desperate than the last. He's breaking, Elena said. Good. What do we do now? We wait. For what? For him to realize he has no choice but to settle. Monday morning, Derek showed up at our house. I was in the garage when I heard the doorbell. Elena opened the door. Get off our property, she said. I need to talk to James, Derek said. He doesn't want to talk to you. Please, 5 minutes. I walked out of the garage. Derek was standing on the porch. He looked terrible, unshaven, red eyes, wrinkled clothes. Leave, I said. I made a mistake, he said. I know I did, but I'm trying to fix it. You can't fix this. I can pay her back. With what? You don't have the money. I'll get it. I'll sell everything, the car, the watch, the investments, whatever it takes. That's not enough. What do you want from me? I want you gone, I said. Out of Vanessa's life, permanently. I love her. You stole from her. I was trying to protect her. By lying. I didn't know what else to do. I stepped closer. He backed up. You forged her signature, I said. You intercepted our mail. You set up fake accounts. You laundered money. You lied for 3 years. That's not protection. That's theft. I'm sorry. I don't care. James, please, get off my property. I need you to stop, he said. Please, you're ruining my life. You ruined Vanessa's. I was trying to help her. You were trying to help yourself. He stared at me. His jaw trembled. He looked like he might cry. I'll sign the divorce papers, he said. I'll transfer whatever assets I have. I'll cooperate with the lawyers. Just stop destroying me. No. Why? Because I want you to suffer, I said. The way Vanessa suffered when she found out what you did. She'll never forgive you for this. I'll take that chance. He turned to leave, stopped, looked back. You think you're protecting her, he said, but you're just teaching her how to hate. Better she learns from me than from you. He walked to his car and drove away. Elena closed the door. That was harsh, she said. It needed to be. Do you think he'll settle? Yes. How do you know? Because he's out of options. That night my father called. Derek's attorney reached out, he said. They want to settle. What are the terms? Full restitution, liquidation of all assets, divorce finalized within 90 days. And Derek signs a confession, admits to fraud, waives all future claims. What's the catch? No criminal charges. I was quiet. James, my father said, I want him prosecuted. That's not on the table. Make it on the table. We can't. The DA decides that, and they won't prosecute if the victim is made whole. Vanessa won't be made whole. She lost 3 years. She'll get the money back. That's what matters. It's not enough. It's what we have. I looked at Elena. She was watching me carefully. What do you think? I asked her. I think we take the deal, she said, and then we finish what we started. What does that mean? It means he settles, he pays, he disappears, and we make sure everyone knows what he did. I looked at the phone. Tell them we accept, I said to my father. Good, I'll have the paperwork drawn up. He hung up. Elena and I sat at the table in silence. It's over, she said. Not yet, I said. What's left? One more thing. What? I'll tell you when it's done. The settlement took 2 weeks to finalize. Derek liquidated his assets, the Tesla, the Rolex, the investment portfolio, the offshore accounts. Total recovered, $2,100,000. Not the full amount, but enough to rebuild. The divorce was filed, uncontested. Vanessa signed the papers without reading them. "It's done," she said when she came over to tell us. "How do you feel?" Elena asked. "Empty," Vanessa said, "but relieved." "That's normal." "Is it?" "Yes." Vanessa sat at the kitchen table. She looked older, thinner, like she'd aged 5 years in a month. "What happens now?" she asked. "Now you move on," I said. "To what?" "To whatever you want." "I don't know what I want." "You'll figure it out." She nodded, didn't look convinced. "Grandpa wants to have dinner," I said. "Celebrate the settlement." "I don't feel like celebrating." "He does." "Why?" "Because you got your money back. Because Derek's gone. Because justice happened." "Justice," she repeated, like the word didn't mean anything. "Come to dinner," Elena said. "For him?" Vanessa agreed. We went to the same restaurant, the one where it started. My father was already there, sitting at the same table, same booth, same seat. "Vanessa," he said when we arrived. He stood and hugged her. "You look well." "I don't feel well." "You will." We sat down, ordered food we didn't want. "The money will be transferred tomorrow," my father said, "into an account in your name only." "Thank you, Grandpa." "Don't thank me, thank your parents. They fought for this." Vanessa looked at me, at Elena. "I know," she said. We ate in silence. The piano player was playing something soft. "What will you do with the money?" my father asked. "I don't know," Vanessa said. "Save it, I guess." "You could invest it." "I don't trust investments anymore." "Understandable," my father said. "But don't let one bad experience define your relationship with money." "I'll think about it," my father nodded. "Good." Dessert came, chocolate cake. The same kind for my birthday. Nobody touched it. "Derek signed the confession," my father said. "What happens to it?" I asked. "It's filed with the court. Public record." "So anyone can see it?" "Yes." I looked at Elena. She looked back. "What?" my father asked. "Nothing," I said. But it wasn't nothing, because I had a plan. After dinner, we drove Vanessa home. She lived in a new apartment now, smaller, cheaper, but hers. "Thanks for coming," she said. "Of course," Elena said. "I mean it. I know this has been hard on you too." "We're fine," I said. "Are you?" I didn't answer, because I wasn't sure. That night, I sat at the computer and pulled up Derek's confession. It was 3 pages, detailed, specific, admitting to forgery, fraud, theft. I downloaded it. Then I made copies. Then I started sending them to Derek's former clients, to his professional associations, to the consulting industry groups he'd belonged to everyone. Elena watched from the doorway. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Finishing it." "I thought it was finished." "Not yet." "James." "He needs to know this doesn't go away," I said. "He needs to know he can't just disappear and start over." "You're destroying him." "Yes." "Completely." "Yes." She was quiet for a moment. "Good," she said. By morning, I'd sent the confession to 40 people. By noon, I'd sent it to 100. By the end of the week, Derek's name was toxic. His LinkedIn requests were denied. His job applications went unanswered. His professional reputation was gone. I don't care. You should. It reflects on Vanessa. How? People are saying she's vindictive, that she's using her family to punish her ex-husband. She's not doing anything. I am. They don't see the difference. Then they're idiots. My father sighed. "James, I know you're angry, but this needs to stop. It's already done. Then don't do anything else." "I won't. Promise me." "I promise." I hung up. Elena looked at me. "Are you done?" "No." "What else is there?" "One more thing." "What?" "I'll show you." I drove to Derek's apartment, the one he'd moved into after Vanessa kicked him out. It was a run-down complex on the west side, peeling paint, cracked asphalt, a broken gate. I parked across the street and waited. At 7, Derek came out. He was wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. He walked to his car, a 15-year-old Honda Civic. Not a Tesla, not anymore. I followed him. He drove to a grocery store, went inside, came out with a bag. I followed him back to his apartment. He went inside. I waited. Elena called. "Where are you?" "Watching Derek." "Why?" "Because I need to see it." "See what?" "What we did to him." Silence. "Come home," she said. "Not yet." "James." I'll be home soon. I hung up. Derek's light was on. I could see him through the window, moving around his apartment, opening the bag, pulling out food. He looked small, defeated, exactly like I wanted him to look. I drove home. Elena was waiting. Are you satisfied? She asked. Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Then let it go. I nodded. Okay. But I didn't let it go. Not completely. Because 2 weeks later, I got a call from Vanessa. Derek's in the hospital, she said. What happened? I felt something cold settle in my chest. Is he okay? I asked. They pumped his stomach. He'll live. Good. Dad. What? Did we do this? I didn't answer because I didn't know how to. I'm going to see him, she said. Why? Because he's still a person. He's a thief. He's also human. She hung up. I told Elena. What do we do? I asked. Nothing, she said. It's not our problem. Isn't it? No. He made his choices. We made ours. And if he dies? He won't. But if he does? Elena looked at me. Then he dies. I stared at her. You don't mean that? Don't I? I didn't know. I didn't know anything anymore. Vanessa went to the hospital. She stayed for an hour. Then she called. He's okay, she said. Physically. And mentally? He's broken, Dad. Completely broken. He did that to himself. Did he? Or did we do it to him? He stole from you. I know, but does that mean he deserves to die? I didn't answer. I'm going to drop the charges, she said. What charges? The civil suit, the confession, all of it. Vanessa, no. I have to, Dad. I can't live with this. He stole $3 million from you. I know, and I got most of it back. That's enough. It's not enough. It is for me. She hung up. Elena looked at me. What did she say? She's dropping the charges. She can't do that. She can. She's the victim. We fought for this. I know. And she's just giving up? She's forgiving him. Elena stared at me. After everything he did? Yes. Why? Because she's better than we are. Elena was quiet for a long time. I don't accept that, she said. We don't have a choice? Yes, we do. What choice? We finish it anyway. How? She didn't answer, but I saw it in her eyes. And I knew. We weren't done. Not yet. I told Elena we needed to stop. She didn't agree. He's in the hospital, I said. We can't keep pushing. Why not? Elena asked. She was sitting at the kitchen table, her laptop open. She'd been tracking Derek's movements for days. His appointments, his errands, his patterns. Because it's over, I said. It's not over until he pays for what he did. He already paid. He lost everything. He's still breathing, Elena said. That's not nothing. I stared at her. What are you saying? I'm saying we went too soft. Too soft? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. We destroyed his career. We exposed him publicly. We took his money. What else do you want? I want him to feel what Vanessa felt, Elena said. I want him to wake up every day knowing he'll never recover. I want him to know there's no way out. He already knows that. Does he? She turned her laptop toward me. On the screen was Derek's new Facebook profile. He'd created it under a different name. He's trying to rebuild, Elena said. New identity, new life, like nothing happened. I looked at the profile. Generic photo, vague bio, no friends yet. He's allowed to start over, I said. No, he's not. Elena. He stole from our daughter. He lied for years. And now he gets to just walk away? He's not walking away. He's barely surviving. That's not enough. It has to be. She closed her laptop. Fine. If you won't do it, I will. Do what? Whatever it takes. I felt something shift in the room, a coldness I'd never felt from her before. Elena, stop. No. I'm serious. This needs to end. It will end, she said. When I'm satisfied, it's over. I grabbed her wrist. Not hard. Just enough to make her look at me. Listen to me, I said. If you keep pushing, someone's going to get hurt. Good. I mean us, Vanessa, our family. If you keep going, it's going to blow back on us. I don't care. I do. She pulled her wrist away. Then stay out of it. She walked out of the kitchen. I sat there for a long time, staring at nothing. Then I called my father. We have a problem, I said. What kind of problem? Elena's not stopping. She's still going after Derek. What does that mean? I don't know yet, but she's planning something. Silence on the line. Talk to her, my father said. I tried. She won't listen. Then stop her. How? I don't know, James. But if she does something illegal, it's going to ruin everything we've accomplished. I know. So handle it. He hung up. I went upstairs. Elena was in the bedroom, packing a bag. Where are you going? I asked. Out. Where? To finish what we started. Elena, don't. She zipped the bag. I'm going to Derek's apartment. I'm going to confront him, and I'm going to make sure he understands this doesn't end until I say it ends. That's harassment. I don't care. You could get arrested. Then I get arrested. I stepped in front of the door. You're not going. Move. No. She looked at me, really looked at me. Her eyes were hard, angry, but underneath I saw something else. Fear. You're scared, I said. I'm not scared. Yes, you are. You're scared that if we stop now, he'll get away with it. You're scared that Vanessa will forgive him. You're scared that we'll look back and think we didn't do enough. Aren't you? No, I said. Because I know we did enough. How do you know? Because Vanessa has her money back. Because Derek's life is ruined. Because justice happened. That's not justice, Elena said. Justice is him suffering the way Vanessa suffered. Vanessa's not suffering anymore. Yes, she is. Every day she wakes up knowing she trusted the wrong person, knowing she lost 3 years to a lie. That doesn't just go away because she got money back. So what do you want? Maybe. I stared at her. You don't mean that. Don't I? Elena. He destroyed our daughter's life. Why does he get to keep his? Because that's not how this works. We don't get to decide who lives and dies. Why not? Because we're not monsters. She laughed. It was bitter, ugly. Aren't we? Look at what we've done. We've systematically destroyed a man's entire existence. His career, his reputation, his family, his future. We did that. Not the courts, not the lawyers. Us. He deserved it. Maybe. But that doesn't make us right. I didn't have an answer for that. Because she was right. We'd become something I didn't recognize. Put down the bag, I said quietly. No. Elena, please. He needs to know it's not over. It is over. Not until I say it is. She pushed past me and walked downstairs. I followed her. Elena, stop! She grabbed her keys from the counter. I grabbed them from her hand. Give them back, she said. No. James. You're not going. Then I'll walk. She headed for the door. I grabbed her arm. She spun around. Let go of me. Not until you calm down. I am calm. No, you're not. You're angry, you're hurt, and you're about to do something you'll regret. I won't regret it. Yes, you will, because if you hurt him, you'll lose Vanessa. She's already dropping the charges. If you go after him now, she'll never forgive you. Elena's face crumpled. I don't care. Yes, you do. I don't. I just want him to pay. He already paid. Not enough. It's never going to be enough, I said, because nothing we do to him will undo what he did. Nothing will give Vanessa those 3 years back. Nothing will make this fair. She was crying now, quiet tears running down her face. I hate him, she whispered. I know. I want him to suffer. I know. I want him gone. I know. I pulled her into my arms. She collapsed against me, sobbing. We stood there for a long time. When she finally pulled away, her face was blotchy and red. I'm sorry, she said. It's okay. No, it's not. I lost control. We both did. She wiped her eyes. What do we do now? We let it go, I said. Can you? I don't know, but I have to try. She nodded. Me too. That night, we didn't talk about Derek. We didn't talk about Vanessa. We didn't talk about revenge. We just sat on the couch and watched TV and tried to feel normal. It didn't work, because normal was gone, and I wasn't sure we'd ever get it back. The next morning, Vanessa called. Derek's being released from the hospital today, she said. Okay. I'm going to pick him up. Why? Because he doesn't have anyone else. Vanessa, you don't owe him anything. I know, but I'm doing it anyway. Why? Because I need to. Need to what? Need to forgive him. I was quiet. Dad, I'm here. Are you okay with this? No. I'm doing it anyway. I know. She hung up. Elena looked at me from the kitchen. What did she say? She's picking Derek up from the hospital. She's what? She's forgiving him. Elena set down her coffee. After everything we did? Yes. After everything he did? Yes. Why? Because she's better than us. Elena stared at me for a long time. I don't understand her, she said. Neither do I. But I'm proud of her. So am I. That afternoon, I got a call from an unknown number. Hello? James, it's Derek. I almost hung up. What do you want? I asked. I wanted to thank you. For what? For stopping. I didn't stop for you. I know, but thank you anyway. I didn't say anything. I know what I did was wrong, Derek said. I know I can't fix it, but I want you to know I'm sorry, for all of it. I don't care. I know, but I needed to say it. Are you done? Yes. I hung up. Elena looked at me. What did he want? To apologize. Do you believe him? No. Good. We sat in silence. Is it really over? Elena asked. I think so. How do you feel? Empty, I said, but relieved. Me too. We sat there for a while, not talking, and slowly the anger started to fade. Not completely, but enough.